It's tabletop time.
I'm Murray.
I'm Jen.
We haven't decided.
I was so confused by what happened with that weird echo metal slamming noise, but I think
It was me!
it was very confusing and scary.
I'm still here this week, you guys. Can you tell?
And that's Jazza.
Hi, I'm Jazza.
And I'm Dragon.
This guy.
And
Dragon.
I'm Dave.
We thought it would be better if we sat the victim next to the bully.
Yeah.
For the next chapter.
Classic teacher system.
So that we can directly face each other in our arguments and like, can we? If you reach over and here and then we got it. There we go. Yeah. So you couldn't get that last episode.
Well, it's either that or we have to like face away like we're some kind of like romance novel. Like no.
Hey, it could be. It could be.
It could be.
Who knows what will blossom in a call to quest?
But first, let me inform you that this video and this episode is being recorded and broadcast to a live audience on our YouTube channel.
Hooray!
Our weekly stream times are in the description. Join us and chat with us live by subscribing and turning on notifications so you don't miss an episode. Our YouTube members get access to our post-stream hangout and back catalogue of streams, so you can become a member by clicking the join button on our YouTube videos.
And if you can't join us for our YouTube live sessions, you can get us on our podcast. Just reminding you again, we have a podcast. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. It's great to listen to while you travel, eat, work, rest, or even if you're asleep, you can also listen to us. Maybe we help you go to sleep. That's kind of cool. Whatevs. So follow us. That'd be great.
And if you want more, and I mean more, if you want to get between the sheets, the player character sheets, and find out more, consider joining our Patreon. We put a lot of content up there. We also have an exclusive patron VIP channel in the Discord where we have an after party. These unexpected audio breaks are fantastic, but they get. I'm like, did everything break? Are we in the breaking? Yes. So as I was saying, we have these lovely after parties you can join in. They also we put uploaded videos to our Patreon as well, and also it's a great place to support the game dev of Gateway and get your feedback in that we can work into the prototype of the game system we're developing.
Gateway Roleplay, that's the thing I'm scheduled to talk about after merch.
It was a good segue though, so take it. Just take it.
Gateway Roleplay. This is all a work in progress, and the updates are thick and fast, or have been thick and fast to patrons' weekly feedback. It's been really cool to put that out, get feedback session stuff back. It's really cool back and forth, but we're playing it as a prototype and it's in development, so details in the description.
Yep. Or if you want a one-off way to support the channel in style, go to itstabletoptime.com and check out our line of merch, posters, and 3D printable products. Buying our merch or minis helps us keep us running and keeps you comfortable and fashionable.
Those handsome
Look at all that
people.
stuff.
Wait, can you scroll to the bottom? Bottom.
No,
can
scroll
you
to
mouse
the
over
top.
that one? Who's that?
Oh,
Who is that?
Who is that?
Who snuck into our studio? That photo. Just one person.
That's
one person.
That's the ghost that haunts my doghouse.
that was a great joke.
So, I just wanted to I'm taking the merch plug for a second just to say, we won't usually do this, but I want to say I'm very excited to say that in our recent mini channel stuff, we've got some mini bits that I made that you can get. So if you collect minis, it's not too related, but if you collect minis, hey, there they are. You can buy stuff that I made, which is really cool. And there's cool posters. And we actually have a donation goal right now on our YouTube. And if we meet it, we're going to be making some merch for Call to Quest. We do have a poster for Call to Quest though. That's it.
Merch for
plug away.
Yes.
Cool.
Plug be gone.
Well done, everyone.
Done.
Ta-da.
Now it's unplugged. No, it's plugged.
It's time to play.
Yeah,
This is Call to
that's
Quest.
a way better segue.
This is Call to Quest, and this is Call to Quest episode 4, our wacky world adventure where we play as kids in the 80s and also their little adventure in the worlds of Gateway Roleplay, and we're going to get to it. The first thing we're going to do when we get to it is check my notes. Just a second. Let me just... yep, that's right. It is, in fact, episode 4. In the previous episode, Todd, Cody's little nemesis, found his way into the party by virtue of being Callum's student, I guess, being helped by Callum to be a bit better at teaching. Maybe there's a softer side to this bully. Maybe he's misunderstood. Find out in episode 4.
Nope, hit the butthole.
So we are going to, where we left off last week, we had a bit of tension coming to a head between Cody and, of course, Todd, who they'd just been pulled aside and Dylan had said no one's leaving the room until the role play has resolved their conflict, basically, and that everyone needs to learn to work together. So we'll pick up in that environment where we remember why we were fighting.
In that environment. There we go.
Yeah.
Why were we fighting?
I believe Lotharium had just
Snatched a note.
stepped into your.
That's
members.
right. That's right. You
Yes.
took the thing that I pickpocketed.
Yes,
I earned that.
I stole the thing that you fairly stole.
I did. What did it... Look. Just give it back to me in the game so I can see what it says.
Look, this is supposed to be a team thing. I'm just working with the team here. It's just a game. What do you want?
What I took. And I'd take it from your hands, but I can't.
Seriously?
Because they exist in your imagination. So you have to hand it back to me in our imagination.
Oh my God! Why?
Can I roll? How do I roll to take it back from him?
Seriously?
I will use my agility
Oh my God!
to swiftly reach out.
Oh, you mean like I thought for a moment I seriously thought you meant like in the real world you could roll dice to get it back from him. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you can do like a sleight of.
Look. He can have. Look, you're such a nerd.
You're calling me a nerd. Look where you are. You're in my territory, sir.
Sound.
You are the nerd.
Yeah. You know what? I sound like my brother. I'll give it back. He can have it. He can have it.
All right. Sounds pretty resolved to me. We ready to get back to the world of Zoso?
Yeah,
Yeah,
please.
let's do it.
All right.
Thank you, Todd.
Is that?
What technology is that?
We're breaking the timelines.
I told you to take the batteries out of your stupid robot toys.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'll deal with it later.
In the world of Zoso, our adventuring party, Oswald, Celestia Pockets, and Lotharium, were journeying north across the spine. They were heading towards Midnight Lamp. They had recently dispatched a group of abyssal dreadspawn, and through the deft work of Pockets and a brief altercation of snatching, they had come into possession of a note.
Yes, here it is. Sticky fingers, eh? I thought I was the one with the tendency towards taking.
I apologize. Something came over me.
Well, Pockets, what does it say?
Let me read it. As he turns towards Hendrax and says,
The note is written in a strange language.
I can't read it. I can't read this.
You can't read?
This note.
Oh, that's fine then.
You might want to attempt to translate it. It does seem to be in an abyssal language of scratches and snarls.
Holding it out towards Hendrax, he just sort of rotates until it's aiming towards Oswald.
While I am flattered that you would initially think I could speak this language, I do thank you for understanding that my clerical god would forbid such knowledge. Oswald, do you know this tongue?
That is an excellent question.
You can roll. What do I get you to roll? So that's like an understanding thing. If you want to look at your intelligence skills.
Okay.
Yeah, you can kind of go to your intelligence skills, and we haven't really done much of this yet. So, yeah, understanding is like your knowledge of things that you already have. That would be my bet, and
Understanding? All right.
yeah, and then
I can do that.
I'd pair that with intelligence. This one's pretty directly a brain power thing.
You got this.
It's all starting to make sense to me. So basically, we pick the skill, you pick the trait. So we say, I want to do this with my engineering or my understanding, and then
Yeah,
pick
so
the
like
other one.
you could have said like I'm an old wizard. I want to use my like intuition because I've spent a lot of time, deciphering different languages and ancient tombs. Like, are there patterns I can recognize? Or maybe you could say like, even if it seemed religious in nature, the Abyssal Dreadspawn are very hellish, right? So you could maybe have gone at the spirituality angle. There's different ways. Sometimes they work, sometimes they won't.
Okay, so basically whatever, helps the role play.
Whatever works within reason that makes sense for your character.
Sweet, all right. Yeah, I'll totally take understanding. All right, let's go.
The challenge level is 5.
No. Strong no.
And the note in Oswald's hand is written in a tongue that... Give me back in my world, boy. And the note is written in Oswald's hand is written in a tongue too ancient for him to decipher even. A foul concoction of bodily fluids, scratched demon spawn words that no one has any business understanding, at least in this party.
This is not my domain. Would it be a like a spirituality thing or something? Because I could probably have a look at it if it helps the game. I don't know. I assume as an elf, I'm
You're
very old.
a man of the cloth? A faithful fellow? It never struck me that you would be so inclined, Todd.
Look, I'm just going off what's on the sheet. I assume elves.
No,
are
that's
really
fine.
old,
Don't mind me.
so
You play your character.
Yeah. Sorry.
So you'd like to pray.
No, I just maybe I might be able to decipher a bit of it. I think like a lot of languages are based on Elven or some form of Elven, right? So I might.
I haven't seen him at Sunday school. This is going to be hilarious.
Yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, start to take that initiative. I don't usually like at my table for like everyone to get a chance to roll in the same thing. It kind of
I don't have to.
No, this is cool. Like, sometimes it makes sense for another person, but then there's kind of like, if you're in a group and you know that like the really smart guy has looked at the thing and he doesn't get it and you're not the smart guy, you're not going to grab it and go, I could understand this most of the time. So I kind of say like a max of 2. So if you want to crack at it spirituality,
Well,
no one
maybe
else
I
can.
want to have a crack at
If
it.
you want to have like
I want to check with my agility. No, deft of hand to... Okay, maybe yours is better.
Yeah, let's go with Todd.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I don't want to step on. So that would be if I use spirituality, and that'd be with wisdom, yeah.
So we're going to go spirituality and also I'm going to pair it with intelligence.
Okay, I can do that.
Challenge level still 5.
No, that's
All right.
You
Let's
tried.
get
It's a
back
cool
to
idea.
the pretending we're fantasy people. So, looking at this note, neither Lotharium nor Oswald can make head nor tails of it. They'd have to find someone with a little more inside knowledge.
Well, perhaps we have to find someone with more inside knowledge.
Who could we possibly know?
Well,
Where were we instructed to go? The Watchtower. Well, perhaps they will have some word of who to speak to or where to go next. But at least we have a piece of the enemy worth investigating.
if I may ask, Hendrax, the destination that we are going to, is there a city nearby, a town?
Any repositories of knowledge that we could seek out?
Exactly.
You mean near Midnight Lamp? The northernmost watchtower of the southern continent. There is a small hamlet to the north where boats travel across. Yes, but it's not a major town. There's also the Storm Maiden Temple, where our foxy lady has already gone off to send message. That's a little ways to the east.
Right.
So, probably not the resources we're looking for, but we may happen across someone who may know of something.
Are there a lot of people there? Is there a merchant district, by any chance?
Oh, it's a small town, and it's a bit out of our way unless we choose to take the boat. I think our first bet is the few houses and mercenaries that hang around Midnight Lamp. Should we be crossing by other means, we won't want to waste the time going downhill.
Time is indeed of the essence.
I suppose the note will have to wait until a time that we happen to come across some luck.
I shall tuck it away in my pocket where it will stay and be safe. He glares at Lotharium.
Yeah. That's all good.
The party sets off, adventuring further north along the spine, traveling for several more hours as they make their way through the wooded forests, along the paths that run along animal tracks, a few foot tracks. There is foot passage that goes between the watchtowers. Until eventually, as it was already late, towards the late evening, 11 or 12 at night, when the party is quite tired but close to their destination, in front of you, you see the hill you've been climbing crests, and there is a wooden palisade in front of you with gates currently open. And through it, you can see a single tall tower in the distance.
I suggest you walk in front, Oswald. You're the most,
Charismatic? I agree.
I was going to
Onward,
say
Tendrax.
vulnerable. They're probably not going to attack an old man. And you're also well-spoken, at least, so...
That I am, Pockets. Let's go.
And the group reaches the front of the palisade where a single man, a guard with dirt caking the lower half of his body. He's got dirt caked shoes, armor that seems a little bit unkempt. He sort of leans back. He has a massive unruly beard and a slightly cross-eyed is sort of staring off into middle distance expression even as you approach.
Greetings, Watchman. How goes the day?
Greetings. Oh, and he looks up. It's night time, not daytime.
Well spotted. I can see why they put you on watch.
Can I help you?
Not really. We're just being friendly.
Oh, don't get much of that around these parts. Be careful to keep that to yourself.
Visitors are being friendly.
Being friendly, you give that away, you might not get it back.
Noted. Pockets.
Yes, what? Oh, no, I think this is going great. Keep doing as you were.
Yes, my good man. Since...
Well, that's a mighty big assumption.
Oh, goodness.
Well, I'm just saying, if you're in these parts, you can't be going around assuming that someone's good just because you bump into them. They could be all sorts out.
Perhaps I'm a optimistic man in my old age.
Well, I'm just saying, be careful with it.
I assure you I am. Most of the time, aren't I?
I'm sorry, is there a point to us being here?
That's a great question.
Yes. We are going to proceed in and find an inn, for we wish to sleep.
Well, there's no inn here.
Why not?
Isn't this just a tower?
Well, and he sort of shrugs and twists his neck and reshuffles. Well, you see, as I understand it, there's a sort of minimum level of commerce required to keep an establishment such as a tavern open, and we simply don't have the population. Most people have their own beds or bunks in the tower, or the few merchant services that surround the tower, well, they have homes within their shops, so I can't really see us getting enough visitors to justify the coin it would require to keep an establishment like that open. Really, it's basic economics.
Wow.
How is this
You know
character
what?
the smartest?
I
and the
thoroughly
dumbest?
enjoyed the quietness of the forest.
No, keep going. I feel like we're going to be talking about the migratory patterns of European swallows any time now.
Do they often ask you to stand this far outside the keep?
Well, yeah, because you got to wipe your shoes, and he looks down at his muddy boots. Like, well, I just have a bad habit of raking mud in the place. So I usually get this watch. Anyway, I've got the keenest eyes at the keep, so I spotted you coming.
I'm sure you did, my lad. Andrax, help me. Help me, old friend.
I think he's forgotten what we were.
Honestly, Oswald, I don't know why we are talking to this charming man. The gates are open right there, and he was
I know
picking
they're
his
open.
teeth when we got here.
I was being nice and considerate as an elder, and I just don't know how to deal with this anymore.
This is how they become grumpy in their older age.
This is why we build towers and live alone.
Well, from your very lovely dressed gentleman friend there, from what he said, it sounds like you're looking to go inside. You're through the palisade.
So,
Oh, he forgot to mention that. You forgot to mention that. We want to go in, sir.
I suppose I said we were searching for an inn, but yes, also, literally, we want.
Can we go in here?
Let me see for a minute. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you. And, it looks like you're armed. So,
Oh, he can count.
tell you what, if you give me your weapons, you can come in.
Oh, of course. Well, I'm unarmed, so that's no problem. I want to deceptively have stashed my dagger in a deep pocket.
Well, he's going to not deceptively look, and we're going to get to know what is your either your sleight of hand or your stealth.
Deft of hand.
Probably whichever you want to use, because it's
Deft
either
of hand.
So your capacity to have held it.
Yeah,
What is it?
or even tucked away up the sleeve or whatever. 4.
Yeah.
Oh, missed one.
You missed.
I didn't get 4. I got 1 off those dice. So
I like a magician. It sort of goes up my sleeve, and I'm like, and this, and this.
well, all I
Nothing. What's behind your ear? Nothing still.
I mean, it's obvious you're unarmed. You didn't need to tell me.
There's nothing between his ears either, pockets.
Laugh all you want, I say as I'm walking through the gate.
Excuse me, sir, before we depart. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you know anyone who may speak Abyssal by any chance?
Oh, the language of the Dreadspawn, foul scourge of the cell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Does this
Do you
card
know their name? Or where they live, perhaps?
Oh, I mean, I know a few. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Charlemagne.
Okay.
Yeah. There's Michael.
Okay.
He knows. Yep.
This Michael, is he extremely knowledgeable in the abyssal arts?
No. They were. I would say they don't dabble, but they're just scholars. I went to school with them.
Oh, scholar's good. We could
Yeah.
use that.
You went to school.
Oh, top of my class.
Pockets, this man is clearly highly educated on everything to do with this keep.
So, why do you want to know about Michael and Charlemagne?
Where might we find such a...
Oh, at the university in Paradise City.
Oh, fantastic. Well, that's fine then. You've been
Yeah.
very helpful. Thank you.
Oh,
Is anyone here?
why? Well, if you're looking for answers for things, you could go to the fortune teller.
Ooh.
If you want more information from someone more
okay.
important than me, you could speak to the captain.
Oh, God, yes.
Please.
What is his name?
The captain's name? Ernest Humdinger.
Delightful.
Dinger.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't say it like that when we meet him.
Now, can I have
I
your
won't.
weapons, please?
Do I have to?
Well,
Tell you what if I challenge you to a game of rock, paper, scissors?
all right.
Yes.
That sounds reasonable.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it. Hold it in front of the camera.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Oh,
Got scissors. Haha, snip, snip.
well, I guess all's fair. You can keep your weapon on you.
Can I also just point out that you did not state the terms, you just challenged him to rock, paper, scissors.
You just inferred the rest. That's great. Okay. Wow. You wouldn't deprive an old man of his walking stick, surely?
No, I wouldn't, but I would deprive a wizard of his magical foci.
A wizard?
Yeah.
What makes you think he's a wizard?
Well, he's Oswald. He's come here like 30 times before.
Oh, blast. So you've given it up.
I have bad memory. I don't remember him.
Oh, I've never met you. I know you by reputation. Oswald. There's like one wizard in the entire southern continent, so... Well, as soon as I saw you, pointy hat and everything, I knew no one dresses like that unless they can do spell sling, and they'd get beaten up otherwise.
No one else can pull it off as well as I can.
You need to get like a trench coat and a pair of sunglasses.
It's reversible.
Anyway, it does stand to reason that you are older than I expected, and it looks by the crook of your back that perhaps you do need it as a walking stick, so that seems reasonable to me.
A man of logic. All that's left is
worried about thanking
Litharium.
him.
I think you're going to have to give up your bow. It looks very dangerous.
Why
Look,
would you
they're
have to give up
pointy
his
arrows.
bow?
Have you seen, and I pull an arrow out, the sharp point on this could kill a man in an instant.
And I would... have you ever heard the saying, teach a man to fish and he'll feed him for his life? That there is a hunting implement for gathering food for your companions, and an elf, a mighty thick and beautiful elf, if I do say so, would never bring it to harm a mortal.
I thank you. And seeing as my companion has just beaten you in rock, paper, scissors, I think, yes, we shall continue on in
Good game.
Well, I didn't have the authority to stop you anyway.
I'm leaving before I need to sit down.
Lovely to chat. Bye. Bye.
What's your name again?
Yes, give us your name so I can forget it.
Oh. My name's Gideon. Gideon. That's right. Known for my sense of humour.
I so hope there's a Gideon on every single watchtower from now on.
I hope every citizen is Gideon.
Gideon is a homunculi.
Now remember what I told you. Don't give away your niceness too easily. Have a good night.
Yes, you certainly showed me the error of my ways. I storm off like an angry old man.
Well, I think that went rather well, don't you? Here we are, with our weapons, walking in where we need to be. Well done. Rock, paper, scissors.
I mean, it worked.
It certainly did.
Dehydrated.
So you enter, and as you cross under the palisade through the wide open gates past the guard Gideon, you see the watchtower for the first time. And this watchtower is not exactly as you would have expected it. Midnight Lamp is a tall stone tower that is crooked under the weight of balconies and sort of refurbishments and add-ons that have been thrown onto the sides. In fact, one particularly ambitious add-on has several large tree trunks that have sort of been carved into logs now supporting this sort of slightly listing weight of an extension that maybe wasn't as structurally sound on the tower. But it is also interestingly covered in hanging lamps, dozens of hanging lamps that glow with a purple light. And inside the palisades, there is about a half dozen other buildings of various sizes, a few homes, what looks to be a blacksmith's, and a strange small shack with a little wooden sign on the front that has some cards painted onto it, which you assume to be the fortune teller.
Well, it is very late. But it's a rather mysterious atmosphere that would be fitting for a romp in the...
I'm sorry, what?
A what?
Spit it out, Pockets! I can't take much more of this!
The old man's going to have a heart attack.
I'm taking back what I was thinking. The old man clearly needs a nap.
I think the older man is past the old man's bedtime.
This has been far too much social interaction for one day.
He needs a sleep.
Pockets, I, like any man, crave a good dance party in a time like this, but I'm afraid this isn't the time for a
didn't mean
romp.
to romp. I mean, I wander into the mystique of a fortune telling.
Oh,
place.
you seek your fortune told?
Well, it seems sort of fun.
I agree.
Sure. Well,
I mean, it's got fortune in the name.
And telling.
What?
then
Sure.
And the...
I will not partake because I believe that faith in the future is what we make of it. But by all means, you have my blessing to dabble in the arcane.
Well, perhaps you and Oswald could find a place for us to stay.
Unless Oswald wants his fortune told.
I think
I'm
this
old
could
and
be...
I've seen enough.
Does Oswald have much fortune?
No.
That's enough out of you.
I think Oswald should go first, and then he can retire to bed. Fair's fair. I'm curious what they
Sounds
say.
suspicious, Pockets. What do you want?
You've been on so many adventures I've only heard secondhand stories of. So, while I can't get to the bottom of your mysterious past, it might be quite fun to hear from a third party about your mysterious future. If there's much of it left. I mean, you are very old.
I'll have you know I've forgotten more adventures than you've been on. Bloody forgotten this place, too. You lived 30 times? This place!
And as Oswald says that, a tall, rakish woman leans over and says, "Oh, Oswald, darling, good to see you." And then pats you on the shoulder.
Oh, Jesus!
What, do you say Marjorie?
No.
It's me, Wilma Peaceweed, the guard. We've shared a few pints. I think too many pints, I recall you had. But it's good to see you, looking well.
Great to see you, too.
Sorry, what did you say your name was again?
Wilma.
Wilma.
She is a tall and rakish woman with a short crop of grey hair, with neat, orderly guard equipment, and she seems to be doing a patrol. She sort of nods at you all.
Pleasure to meet you. What's the story with the fortune teller? Is that the real deal?
I don't believe in such things, but she also provides quite good salves and herbs to help the locals and wildlife, so I put up with her.
We could get one of those to go.
The captain seems rather fond of her anyway, so she stays.
I'm sorry, the who?
The
Sorry?
captain.
The captain, right.
Yes.
Yes.
And then she bucks her heels together with a clap and salutes just at the mention of the captain.
Quite. Is there a place to stay in town? You see, Oswald is old.
One might say cranky.
Usually with guests, they are either have already made plans, they camp at one of the locations with a campfire with their tents and swags, or if they are particularly destitute or desperate, they can stay in the barracks with us. There are a few cots empty.
Celestia looks around at the group. Are there any cots free tonight by any chance?
Yes, I said there are
Oh,
something.
okay.
Yes.
I wasn't sure if you were insinuating
There
tonight.
is 2 bunk cots, so
So 4.
one of you will miss out.
Oh,
Sure that I can maybe stand watch.
Rock, paper, scissors.
It's all right, everyone. I've got friends everywhere, and I'm sure the captain will put me up. in his personal lodgings for the night.
Wow, really? You can just do that?
It's nice to be
That's-
connected, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Well, I've got friends everywhere. I mean,
it
me and
so far?
Oswald have been here at least a dozen times.
Oswald makes a puzzled face. Well, great. That's fantastic. We appreciate your hospitality.
Where's the fortune teller?
She's right there, and point to the sign that's behind us.
I'm going to
the
go to
fortune.
bed, everyone. You have a wonderful night. And if you get stabbed in the dark, make sure you call for me and I will patch you right up.
Thank you, Hendrax. Rest easy.
You're welcome, he says. And then as he walks away, he sort of leaves his hand behind him as he walks, just letting it flow until it's fully outstretched. And then he... and then just disappears into the watchtower.
Amazing.
Fortune
Fortune teller.
Let's go.
Oh, I do love something with fortune in the name.
Oh dear. All right.
You approach the door of the building with the fortune sign. It's closed. It's like 10 p.m., but there's a light inside, candle light. There is a bit of a wait, and then the door creaks open, and standing in front of you, you see a woman who seems to be older than you might have expected by the description. And the first thing that you notice is that she has a striking natural beauty, like extremely compellingly beautiful, but sort of unnaturally weathered by a life lived outside. So she has all the traits of a woman who would have been, absolutely beautiful and gorgeous, but she's got like quite sun damaged skin from living outside. She's got calluses and like just the marks and wear of a person who's literally lived and worked outside their whole life. So has that sort of slightly more weathered appearance.
I lean back and I waggle my eyebrows up and down and gaze at her with, do we have seduction? Charm. I want to charm her. I am very, my character
really?
is very
Really?
charming. And I would like to say, fair maiden, we have arrived this late evening.
God.
But we are about to embark on a grand quest, and as such, we would ask humbly if you could read our fortune, and I would like to hold my hand out to kiss hers.
How old is your character again?
Oh, he's like, what did I write down here? I didn't write it down.
This is so unbelievably cringe.
I'm
right now.
gonna say like 26. So like,
Okay, all right. So like less than half her age. Cool.
well, I
so
gotta say, I got
charm.
an effect on older women. We have
don't.
established
No,
this.
you don't. No. Mm-mm.
Okay, so
Three books in the library. How many times do I have to say this?
Cody, your words were
Guys, it's
pretty
for
good.
the benefit of the party.
The kiss in the hand was maybe a bit much.
Okay, I overplayed it. I'm sorry.
it's fine.
I just wanna
It's
charm.
fi- It's
I
fi-
wanna charm.
Guys, it's fine. It's fine. So charm, it's a good example of a different role. Well, in this instance, given that you're going for the stealthy and smooth move with your hand, and that your character's good at it, I'm going to say finesse. Let's see
Please.
Let's see your coordination on your feet. Let's see how you handle it.
Please, for the love of God.
But the challenge level on this is a 5.
Fair maiden. 3.
That's about.
The lady gracefully accepts the kiss, but not with any affection, as if someone who's lived a long life and met many greetings knows how to meet all kinds of situations. As she steps into the twilight and the purple lit lens, you catch a better look at her features and you notice she wears a rather peculiar hat. It is broad brimmed with a buckle in the center, and it comes to a tall point. She also has flowing overlapping robes of hempen canvas with silks hanging down and some jewelry hanging around her neck. She's very adorned and sort of leans in a little bit with her gestures. Late comer to my establishment. Come in, have your fortunes told.
Fortunes
And darling, your flattery won't get you anywhere with me. I'm spoken for. Come in.
I did promise, Oswald. You can go first, then you can go sleep. Okay, let's see how it's done.
Sort of into the house, but like I've taken my hat off and I'm like affecting more of a hobble.
Okay.
While Oswald is going to get set up, I want to look around to see if there's a fortune anywhere.
Okay.
With my acuity.
Yeah, sure. And we'll go some wisdom, because this stuff is weird. You need to know what's what.
Okay.
Scaling challenge level.
That's right.
You notice if you're looking for wealth, that there is no obvious like piles of coins or anything floating around. As you enter her home and shop, it is a combination. There's a bed in the corner, a fireplace, like tables, a stool, and everything. But you do notice that there are some alchemical reagents and implements and things that may have some value. There are, little vials with some powders and spices and various things like that cost quite a bit of money and are used in sort of herbology and making of medicine and things like that. Cool.
Through the course of various people getting their fortunes told, and when the moments seem to present themselves, I would like to sneak a couple of potions or ingredients into my pockets.
Okay, can I get you to make a roll?
Deft of hand.
Okay, deft of hand, and I'm going to stick with wisdom on this one. Picking your moments.
I got 2.
2 successes. Okay.
Litharium is.
It's all spread out, so I'm not doing it straight away.
That's cool. And there's no reaction to any of your actions, but you do successfully steal things.
Okay.
I was going to say, Litharium's also just like wandering around the shop, having a look at some of the herbs and bits and pieces. Would he have seen this?
You can make your own check to see if you spot it, and you got to beat that too.
Or
I would
my
be-
stealth. Or my deft.
Well, it makes sense that given that you have rolled, I think
okay.
it makes sense
Yeah,
to
yeah.
use that roll.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I've got so I would use acuity for that.
Yeah. And while you're watching, so you can go acuity. Same thing, reflexes. Wisdom.
Okay. So acuity and wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 6.
What was the challenge level?
That's 3.
You got 3.
You do spot a few things pinched over the course of the evening.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just keep that.
Keep that logged. Fortune telling time, Oswald.
Watch this,
So,
Celestia.
what
They're
can I
rubbish
do
at
for
this.
you? What can I do for you?
Sort of what?
Hello, old lady. I'm here for a fortune
I haven't said my name. My name is Rowan Mosswood. Pleasure to meet you.
Rowan, very nice to meet you. Isn't she lovely, Celestia?
How did you age? Like another
I'm very tired. I am here to have my fortune told. I am very old. I don't think I have long left. I'd like to know what I have in store for me.
A fortune telling.
Yes.
A fortune telling is, of course, a service I offer. It is 2 gold pieces for your fortune to be told. I am known to be very accurate. Also, I see there the bit of swelling on your knuckles. I have a wonderful cream for arthritis. And then she shows her own hands with a bit of early onset arthritis, and she's like, works wonders, I promise.
I'll consider that one. Yes. Yes, the fortune telling would be great.
You hand over the gold, and
Watch this, Celestia. They're rubbish. bloody magic.
Can I point out? She said she's taken. She didn't say she's taken by who. I just really wanted to be your wife.
I think I'd remember that one.
she pulls out a deck of cards and mutters some words under her breath and closes her eyes, and her eyelids flicker.
Yeah, I'm sort of rocking back for like faint, like
Oh, I'm so old.
And she throws down these cards and starts to turn them. And the first one that turns up is a great oak tree. She places down. I wouldn't have expected this.
Petrie, they're your cards.
I understand that you don't understand the way the reading works, but it's the order in which the cards are pulled from the deck of 60 that tells me the reading. And I wouldn't have expected to see the Great Oak. It's a sign of longevity. It means when pulled that someone has a very long life ahead of them.
He won't die, I guess. That's a good sign.
He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, isn't that a bit of luck?
And the next one pulled out, placed down. Oh, I see. Very good. And the card that's pulled and placed down it's all these wolves together.
Oh.
This card is the card of companionship. It's one who travels with good friends close to them, who will support them in times of need. It is a fortuitous card indeed.
Ah, I see you've spotted my intrepid company.
And then she pulls out another card, places it down, and it's a burning skull. I'm so sorry. This card means, well, it's the sign of the abyssal, but that can't be it. One who this is pulled for is intertwined with the dark Dreadspawn. How could your fate be intertwined with them? Oh, never mind. There's one more card. Hopefully it has some meaning to shed. He pulls out another card, peels it over.
Go for it. What could your cards possibly tell me?
You had to say it.
Places it down. Oh. The tightrope. Your actions. A great many things balance upon their outcome. You will decide through your long life and with your companions whether or not abyssal, horrible things come to pass, or if they don't. Well, you are certainly more than meets the eye.
Wow, thank you so much. What a beautiful lesson you've shown me. Look, Celestia, you can see that I'm not going to die yet. That I'm surrounded by people.
What are you
I'm
doing?
going to make decisions.
What is this?
And that
I've never met this man before. Did you pull the cards for this man or the man we walked into the city with? I'm rather confused.
Pockets, I'm making a point.
I don't understand your point. This is very odd.
I'm saying that this is rubbish. I'm leaving.
Oh, he's very skeptical. I understand. You hid your grump very well.
Thank you. But I am done here. But I'll be back for the cream. And I leave.
Oh, one more thing.
Yes?
You left this last time.
What? What is this?
Slides forth. There's a bottle with a tag on it and a little lid. It's like a potion bottle with the liquid in it.
Pick it up and examine it.
Yeah. Okay. It doesn't have anything written on it. It's just like a blue liquid in a bottle.
The label is unlabeled.
It's got like a little tag on it, and it says like Oswald on the side of the tag.
Ah, I wondered where I put that. Thank you. And I leave.
Okay. Oh, you remember to drink it. She says as you walk out. All right. Oswald walks out.
Who's going to forget?
The rest of you.
Celestia, do you want to turn?
I'll go next.
Ladies second. Oh, well, the elderly.
Elderly
Respect for the
first.
elderly.
Yeah,
yes, of
right.
course.
And she goes through the motions, drawing out your deck and reading your fortune. And once again, the abyssals are tied in and decisions that change the fate of the world. And learning to find your courage and your ability to lead is another part of the reading. But ultimately, it comes back to you will need to find that courage to overcome the evils of the world together with your friends.
Thank you. Well, Pockets, you're next.
Okay, cool. Show me the fortune.
As Pocket steps forward,
There's bound to be a mountains of
Lotharium's going
gold
to-
card.
turn and grab him by the arm, facing away from the
A vineyard.
the
A
fortune.
vineyard in the country. 3 stories.
And he's going to.
overlooking a far reach of gorgeous
I,
mountains. I could quite do
I
a
would
quiet retirement.
relieve your burden before facing such.
Sorry, what do you want to call?
So Lotharium's going to turn as you step forward and grab your arm, and he's just going to say, "I would relinquish your burden before stepping up to such a
My burden.
telling.
What are you saying to me, Oaf?
Empty your pockets. Pockets."
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, you sit down. Oh, yes, 2 gold.
So like
two,
grumpily,
two,
like
please.
sidles so that he's like sitting, like trying to subtly shove Lotharium a little bit out of the way.
And she does a reading for you after I assume you pay. You all have to pay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. You know you've stolen more than that worth of money by far.
Yeah. Okay.
And she starts the reading and, oh, interesting. This one says you will find common ground amongst those you least expect. And, reconciliation for you, a path forward. That's one I like to see.
Okay. What about fortune?
Oh, yes, I'll get to the 3rd card. Pulls out another card. Oh, once more, your fate is tied to the abyssal, the flaming skull. 3 in a row. You are on a dangerous quest indeed. I truly hope you can find a way to overcome it. But the 4th card. Pulls it out. Puts it on the table. It's a cauldron. Oh, this card says a heavy curse will be worn by you. A burden. One you may find impossible to shed. A deep black magic. There is no wealth here. There is only a promise of great pain, unless you find great friendship.
And is there great gold in the future?
Nope. And then she shuffles her cards together and puts them in her hand.
All right. Thanks, I guess.
I'm sorry, you can't change the fortunes. They read what they read.
Cauldron. What does that even mean? The cauldron thing.
Oh, it means that you will have a curse upon you.
Can you expound upon that?
I read the fortune. I don't know what.
That's it. That's red. It's red.
It's red. It's
we
done.
can't read into it a little more. Just a touch. Just a smidge.
I'm sorry, sir.
Just a curse. Any curse. What sort of curses are there?
It looks like a bad one.
Okay, how many bad curses are there? Well, give me an idea as to what the cloth it's cut from.
Pockets, it's getting.
I'm sure you will find. I'm sure you will discover it in time.
Sounds delightful.
Even amongst the elven seers, these things are always vague.
Well, go on then. I sort of stand up and fold my arms, looking at you and looking down at the seat.
Do you wish to have your fortune
If he
read?
gets the mountain of gold, I swear to the gods.
I don't believe him. I'm just looking at the salves and such.
I thought you were a man who was spiritual. Is this as spiritual as it
Yes, I suppose that's in my character, isn't it? Yes, Lotharium will step forward and pay the gold.
And she does the reading. Oh, the heir. I see. There is someone of great importance in your life. Someone who, and she pulls out the 2nd card, stands above you and receives the praise for things you will achieve. Let me find another. She draws a third card. Once more. Companionship. And here you see the two are standing in the sun and the bough of the tree, the shadow on the card cast behind them. They stand not within the shadow. They stand aside. They do their own thing. You must learn in your future to stand on your own, Litharium. Take this quest, this adventure away from the Elven lands as an opportunity to get away from that attachment, whatever the shadow looming over you is, that air that gets your praise. And the fourth card, well, strange again. The card of unlikely allies.
Litharium stands up. He's like, see, I told you. Nothing but mad, vague ravings. Litharium leaves.
All right, well, thank you all for your service. Have a pleasant evening.
Yes, thank you. You've been insightful.
Meanwhile,
As we walk out, it's like 2 gold. You've got to be kidding me. Better at least be able to resell these for a little more than that.
tucking into one of the cots in the barracks, Oswald, do you drink your draft that you have been given?
I'll sort of bring it out, examine it, see if I recall anything about it.
Oh, okay.
I'll unstopper it and sniff it. So examine it with a trained eye.
Would you like to make a roll?
I sure would.
Would you like to look into this strange concoction with?
I would like to look into this with understanding.
Your understanding.
Yeah, my understanding of such magical brews, or magical or otherwise.
Well, I'm going to pair it as you... And the vapors flow into your nose, your reflexes. In particular, your acuity, as you attempt to pick up the particular regents used in this concoction to help lend.
Right, okay.
So is it with acuity?
Well, it's with reflexes because we haven't talked about rolling with skills, but it's because of acuity that it's reflexes.
Okay.
Okay. So reflexes, not acuity.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Challenge level?
Challenge level 3. 3. 2. You do not recognize that, except the smell is familiar. Unfortunately, your old nostrils aren't as good as they used to be. Even if your brains, if you could have identified the ingredients, you would have been able to know what they were, but you don't know. But it smells familiar.
Crash test.
Probably not important. Maybe tomorrow. I'll stop it and put it down.
Murray! Okay. All right. And you all tuck into bed and awake the next day.
So I'm foggy in the mornings, but where were we heading again?
Oh, good morning, everyone. I hope you had a good time at the fortune teller. I slept magnificently in that gorgeously appointed bed. The captain truly is a gregarious and generous man.
Lucky you.
I forget where we were going.
We have to cross to the north.
Yes.
Did you, in your time, gather any rumors of what had been happening lately?
Well, I know it's in all of our fortunes to be involved with the Dreadspawn, which seems rather a bummer, and I'm going to be or am cursed, which is also a bummer. So I would say the fortune telling was generally a bummer.
Well, that is a terrible shame for you, Pockets. I'm sorry that fate awaits you.
And hang on, why was everyone else's about friendship and overcoming adversity and all that?
You're taking this rather seriously.
Well, I was promised a fortune in the telling of a fortune, and instead I got a curse and I'm friendless.
Wasn't one of yours like about, finding an unlikely ally or something? There was friendship in there. It just, it wasn't the same sort of.
I've considered every possibility, and it's impossible.
Well, over several drafts of port with the good Captain Humdinger, I discuss the affairs of this place, I have some grave news. It seems the hamlet to the north has suffered dearly, and we won't be able to take the boats. Around the same time as the Dreadspawn rose, saw a great leviathan entered the Riftstream Channel. It tore apart their fishing vessels, the ferry that crosses the channel.
We can't cross to
It's all been destroyed.
Well, how should we ever reach where we need to warn everybody of the return of the Vorath the Ruinbringer?
There is one way, but I fear to speak it.
Speak it.
Go on, Hendrax. Can't be anything worse than we've taken before.
We could attempt to cross the chords of creation.
What's that?
What are the chords of creation?
I
mean, they sound really cool.
Okay, do you want... I guess your characters would know about this, so, like, I'm going to tell you out of character, because, yeah, Hendrax told you, but, like, you would actually know. Like, everyone knows,
context,
right?
Please.
Yeah, that makes sense. If I did this more often, it would be super cool to, like, give people, like, a primer, and they could read up on the world.
Dude, yeah.
That would be so
super cool.
That'd be sick.
I wish they made, like,
imagine
books.
taking your roleplay campaign home with you to study, so by the time you get back, you're just ready to go. That would be cool.
Yeah, man. That would be cool.
Yeah. Tell us what they are,
Just
Dylan.
side note, this is a really cool world. Like, it's like better than anything I've seen on TV. This is so cool. And the books I managed to, well, I have never read a whole book because they always, someone lends it out at the time I'm, close to the end. But it's cooler than any I've read so far.
Well, maybe you'll, learn a lesson along the way or something as well, Cody. We'll see. But, hey, look, let me tell you about the chords of creation. So basically, when the world was created, no one knows how or why, but they know it was created with what's called a song of creation, like a music and the notes shaped the world, and that was played by the gods. And
Sick, dude.
Yeah.
yeah, right. And they know that this happened for a fact. It's not like we go to church and they tell us that God happened, but we can't see that God happened. So anyway, basically what happens in this world is there's these guitar strings that...
Oh my God.
Well, they think they're guitar strings, but they cross from one peak to the other, and it's like halfway from England to France. It's like this massive channel.
That's huge!
So they're way too big for people to have made. No one could have made them.
Thickness? Can you walk or
They're like a tree trunk.
Okay, so you could
You can
lie
crawl
flat
or
and
walk. Yeah,
swoosh
absolutely.
along
But it's
like a sideways koala.
like an elf could walk along pretty deftly, but it's windy up there. It's really
Unless
dangerous.
they were too heavy, in which case...
Yeah, but we covered that elven muscles are kind of light. They're bad muscles, remember? Seth, look.
That's really
what a
creative,
way.
Dylan. That's really cool.
Hey, thanks. Anyway, look, the thing is, though, there's heaps of fear and concern about these things because no one knows if you go up there and try and walk up. People have, but there's a lot of legends that if you fall and hit the chords on the way down and you make a strum that's dissonant because they're the chords of creation, you could ruin the whole world. You could just make a note that changes the rules of reality or blows up an island or something. So everyone's super terrified that maybe it's sort of a really cursed thing, or maybe even that these are broken strings and they were discarded because they made bad music. Maybe this is where the Abyss of Dreadspawn came from. So yeah, it's sort of a place of legend, but that's what Hendrax is getting at.
Passage to the north, and the potential for a ragtag group of heroes to prove their worth.
Well, let's see if you're up to the task.
Yeah, let's go there.
Yeah, let's go.
The chords of creation.
Of course. Yes, of course. Of course.
Yes,
But it's too risky. How could we ever?
What choice do we have, Buckets?
There are too many tales of souls that were lost or cursed and broken. And perhaps it's tied to the Abyssal Dreadspawn itself. But there's no other way. It must be done.
Well, in that case, are we agreed? We'll take the risk. We could destroy the world trying to save it.
How far is it from here?
Oh, it's like 25 minutes walk.
So we could be there before lunch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, that's really convenient.
Well, I mean, they built the tower like literally right near it so they could keep an eye on it.
I'm just used to these things taking like days or weeks.
It's the
months
scenic
even.
lookout. We're out at the top of the mountain.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Makes sense, really.
Ah, it's the best shot we've got.
Well, yeah.
We'll have to take it.
Do we by chance have any rope? I'm thinking perhaps we could secure ourselves somehow. Or to each other.
As a seasoned adventurer, Celestia has a pack, and within it there is plenty of rope.
Oh, never mind. I have some right here. Great.
All right. Ready to head on?
All right, let's head off. Wait, hang on. Ah, yes, before we go. One for the road.
Oswald drinks the mysterious potion, and it tastes really good.
Ah,
And you start to head on. Nothing seems to happen.
it's not bad.
On as you woke up as well, as you exit the doorstep of the keep, the barracks, there's a little sort of hand wrapped cloth parcel, and inside it is the arthritis cream and a little packed lunch for Oswald.
Ah, that's nice.
That's
Do they just hand this out
adorable.
around here? Not bad.
Wait, what?
I pick it up and I walk off.
Cool.
I think she has a crush on you.
Who?
The fortune teller.
Yeah.
The what? Never get involved with such nonsense.
We were just there like
Last night.
12 hours ago.
No, I'd remember that.
So you head on, and about 10 minutes into your walk, Oswald, your eye twitches, and then your eyebrow like crooks up, and you feel like your brain, someone's poured like fizzy drink on your brain, like it's like buzzing.
Oswald, are you okay?
You got a little like
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
It's not all right.
Sure.
Do you need some water here?
Thank you.
And I'm going to get Pockets to make a. Can I get you to make a acuity and. It's a physical thing. I'm going to say acuity and finesse check.
It's scary.
Challenge level.
Challenge level 2.
Okay, I got
Yeah.
4.
4. As you're paused and Oswald's face is making some strange expressions, you sort of pat around your waist as you feel it's a bit lighter than it should be, and then you see on your side a sort of what looks like a tree branch that's a twig has snapped off and is embedded in one of the pouches on your waist that carry some of your wealth, and it's torn it open and the bag is just hanging limp and empty.
You have got to be kidding me. My gold?
And it's empty.
My gold?
At the same time, Oswald's brain is fuzzing, and and Oswald, you suddenly remember something. It's like lights are turning on inside your brain as you remember, oh yes, of course, my memory tonic. The reason that you have traveled to Midnight Lamp 30 times is to visit your regular supplier. Unfortunately, you left it too late and have forgotten to go back and get it from your dear friend, Rowan Mosswood, who is a herbalist and fortune teller. And of course, you've spent many a long night with just an evening of friends, good friends, who you respect because you know that despite the facade of false fortune telling, that while no one else would be aware of this, she's actually a deeply powerful druidic witch of the land who basically has a very strong connection to magic, but she just discreetly does it because witches get persecuted. So you suddenly, of course, remember fondly, and you remember the night before and your fond friend Rowan, and yeah, her affinity for sort of witch magic, cauldrons, potions, curses, things like that. And yeah, basically just remember a few tidbits and pieces of information.
So double up as if in pain. Oh God!
What tore my pocket?
Shit, bad luck. It's almost as if you're cursed.
Could it be possible that you went and saw a witch after openly stealing from her?
I'm sorry, what are you accusing me of? Stealing from an old woman?
Your name is literally Pockets.
I mean, he's got a point.
It's my middle name.
What's your first name?
She's never gonna let me live this down.
You
I don't.
I can hear her laughing right now.
Gideon is my son.
All right.
What on earth are you doing? A eccentric-looking man in a hat with straw shoved behind his ear and a purple jacket walks towards you. He looks paired for age with Oswald. What are you all doing being so loud near the cause of creation?
Oh, so is the reverberation sensitive chords is the volume of
Well, I'm certainly sensitive to your reverberations, you arguing ninnies. So, you've come to visit the chords, have you? Well, I could give you some help if you would be so kind as to listen.
Oswald, do you know this person?
You've been here
Look up with
30
like new eyes. Like
I'm going to get you to make just make an intelligence and understanding. So, understanding intelligence.
Right.
Just your raw
I
recall,
now
basically.
understand my intelligence.
Using your raw recall. Challenge level is 3. 3. You haven't encountered this guy much, but you know that his name is Fern Twigglesworth, but a man of your advanced age recognizes the enigmatic spirit of a wanderer, a traveler, and a bit of a riddler. But you've kind of avoided him a little bit in the way that many sort of eccentric I do things my way sort of older wizard types do when they meet other people who are very eccentric old people who do things their way. There's a bit of a cloud. He's a bother. You probably get along if you actually sat down and talked. So, yes. You've come to the chords.
Oh,
Correct, yes.
of all the places you'd be. What are you up to, you young scamp?
I was waiting for people to come to the chords.
Well, we need to cross them.
Ah, well, they're just there. And literally you take like 3 steps over a little rise and you just see these massive strings like grown over. But once you assume they run through and you can see sort of the shape of these chords running around the peak of the mountain, that they've been grown over by hundreds of years, that they're like tied, literally tied onto the tip of a mountain by hands unfathomable to you.
Right, well, we guess that's what we're crossing today.
It will be fun to see you try.
You must have seen many people try over the years.
I've seen many people die over the years.
Wow, thank you for the encouragement, kind sir.
I said I would offer you help. I didn't say I'd offer you lies.
Then how will you help us?
I will help you by commenting on your progress.
Helpful.
Yes.
Extremely helpful.
I think I could do without this help.
Letharium had a possible idea from your rope suggestion of tying us together. More on the idea of what if we tied ourselves with like a loop around the cord.
Oh, have you thought of having good ideas?
Such
Excuse me.
as, for example,
Oh, I would be spoiling, wouldn't it?
Fiddlesticks, you incessant old toad.
Oh, I'll stay out of it if you want, but don't expect me not to chime in when you do it wrong.
well,
I've never met someone that I think we should listen to less than Oswald. But
What?
Yes, it was an idea.
No, I like your idea. I think it was very creative. And I look at this guy and I give him this my guy. I go over to one of the cords and I kind of give it, like, put my foot sort of on it to sort of see how stable or unstable it is.
It immediately sort of has a bit of give as you put your foot on it and bows and sways slightly. You can feel like almost it amplifies across the cord as it goes across this distance.
And how far is the distance?
It's in the order of like 50 kilometers.
Okay. And is it windy?
If this wasn't like god guitar string made by gods, this couldn't exist in a real physical sense. It's a magical thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how windy is it today?
Medium windy.
Okay. Interesting.
Perhaps if we take a string each, walk aligned, and holding a long stick. Ah, you have one. If we all grasp
I do.
onto a point of the staff and make our way across, we could balance each other out. And potentially balance the reverberation of the strings with our unified walking. We count 1 and step
Are
2.
the strings
and
like side by side? Or?
It's
They're guitar
like a guitar string.
Okay, it's like, yeah,
There's
cool.
exactly
It's like
5
a big
of them.
road.
What did,
Even though there's one that broke in ancient
So
history.
it's like a big long bridge
5.
with 5 floating guitar strings
Yep.
that are the bridge.
Yep.
Yeah.
With a gap between them.
so it was originally a 6 string.
Yep.
Yeah.
But one is broken.
Upon hearing Pocket's idea, Celestia kind of peeks over to the guy. Does he say anything?
1 string per hero, I say, sort of looking across at Hendrax.
Well, if you'd
counting us
heed
all.
my suggestions, it would be something like make sure the deftest of you are on the sides to harmonize your discord.
Isn't the whole idea of this like if we strum them all at once, bad things happen?
Yes, so don't fall, I guess. There's
I think
thing.
none of us should fall unless it's Litharium. He could fall. But if he's on the... No offense. I mean, some offense.
It's pretty offensive, just...
Well, it's pretty offensive if you ask me. And I say that this is the point where our adventure continues the way it was always meant to continue. The original adventurers.
Dude, I think this puzzle is we gotta work together. Like, this isn't gonna work if you guys aren't gonna,
Yeah.
cooperate.
Yeah, Cody, there's 5 strings and 5 of us. I think the dungeon master is pretty implicitly implying that we need to work together.
I know it.
So, like, can you two just settle whatever is going on right now?
Look, I'll go along.
Wait, I'll make a deal with you.
Don't do rock, paper, scissors, please.
No. I want your word. I will help you cross this bridge. You're lithe. You are an elf. You're adept at this. We can do this if we work together, but we are the most capable in this world if we work together. But I refuse to work together unless you stop picking on me at school. I mean, like, in front of other people to try and look cool, because just because you're bigger and it makes you feel better about yourself doesn't mean makes you a better person or that you are.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I can do that.
You keep calling me a nerd and rails, and it hurts, and I don't have a lot of friends at school anyway, and it doesn't help me make any friends or get better at talking to people when you talk to me like that in front of people. And
Yeah, it's.
I mean, how would you feel if someone...
I know how it'd feel. I know how it feels, and I.
How? You're the biggest kid in class.
I'm not the biggest kid in my life.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Just something about the fortune thing. I don't know if
Fortune thing?
Dylan knew it or like just. I realized before that like I sounded like my brother.
You have a brother?
Yes. He's big and he's stupid and he doesn't like the things that I do.
You have a Todd?
Yeah.
That sounds awful.
Well, apparently you know. So, can we let's just try to get through this. We can work together on this.
Well, some might say it could be an opportunity for water under the bridge or the cords of creation. Cody holds out his hand.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Okay, great.
Oh, I'm sorry, just bearing my soul over here. It's like, cool. Can we get back to the dragon?
You guys done? Because we're waiting.
Whatever that was.
That was really good, guys. That was really good.
Hey.
I'm surprised. That was
Come on, let's not milk it. Let's just get on with it.
Back to the adventure. Don't
Okay.
make this weird, please.
okay. I appreciate it as a
Yeah. So, you know what? Every now and then, with a bit of teamwork, people working together can solve things. And can I get you each, the deftest of the group, the elf and Pockets, to tell me a skill you think you could use to help on either side of the cords of creation?
Deft of hands to handle on one end of the stick that the others are holding on to move and balance it as everyone steps, to counterbalance everyone in their repose.
And then I'll use reaction because then I can sort of if I see
Oh,
anything,
good.
if I
In
see anything
response
going
to my
wrong.
motion,
Yes.
we can balance the center.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to do something a little bit wild here. I'm going to get you both. You know, sometimes you got to break the rules. That's what being a GM is. I'm going to get you both to roll what you just said. I'm going to get you to roll. Was it reaction?
Yeah, I'll use reaction because I'm sort of like
And your deft of hand as you work together on either side of this stick
Let's
to balance it out.
okay.
you first.
2.
2.
And you got to beat 5.
Wait, reaction and deft of hand. You have 2 more dice to roll. You just rolled 3.
Oh no, so I rolled
Roll
deft of
2
hand
more
as well, or
Yeah, together.
Oh, I
So
see.
instead of a trait, because
That's
I'm
a
breaking the
great
rules,
start.
Yeah.
instead of a trait, I'm letting you each use both that you picked because you're working together, right? You get it?
I see. I gotcha.
But you got to beat 5 together combined.
Come on, you need 1.
So what did you
You
get?
just got 2. You got 2, dude.
Yeah.
So that's 4, right?
4.
Come on,
okay.
you just need 1.
All right.
Come on.
Okay. Oh, sweet dice. Do what I want.
hey guys, I'll move it. There you go.
Okay. Move over. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
4.
We matched.
Hey, and equally talented.
Wow, you're a surprise? Look at that! Pretty good show! Wow, look at... Oh my goodness, every time it looks like the old man's going to fall. Ah, the elf, oh gosh, his biceps ripple. Oh, they managed to catch it. Oh, and on the other side of the strings, perfectly balancing him, holding the rope and the stick at the same time. How is that little rogue doing it?
And you hear this voice fading into the distance, commentating on everything.
You can do it if you put your mind to it. Work together and you'll get things done. Well done. Jolly good show.
They can turn into a cheering audience, but
I said I'd offer you encouragement by the virtue of commentating. I didn't expect you to do really well, though. So I'll see you on the other side.
Wait, what? How did...
By the way, is this backpack yours?
I can't hear you. My voice is a lot louder than my old ears keep up with. I can see you trying to shout back to me, but I can't hear a word you're saying. Have a good life. I'll see you around. I will.
what a strange old man.
I just realized we actually have a tradition that we don't even mean to include a strange old man in every single thing we do.
We've got the strange old man. We've got Bernie.
Yeah.
We got, what was the...
Bernie, Fern, and was it Osbert?
Osbert, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, thank you, guys. We did it. You did it.
Wait, have we made it to the other
I
side?
assume we've made it to the other side.
With a long journey.
Okay, never mind.
A few almost.
We did it, she said,
I approved
as
it.
we're 1/10 of the way along.
Almost discordant strums. It almost happens. You almost fall it a few times, but thanks to the teamwork. But thanks to the teamwork of Lotharium and of Pockets, of Cody and Todd, putting aside their little differences and working together, the group managed to find their way across the chords of creation without doing the worst strum ever and ruining music forever.
I didn't think we'd manage it, but that was kind of cool.
That was
Nice.
great.
Yeah, I'm proud of you guys.
Well done, guys.
Is this your first time playing?
Well, yeah, I've read over bits and pieces of stuff like this
You're a natural.
earlier, but
That's
yeah.
cool, man.
No, you're really good. You did really well. That was really cool.
Hey, we did really well. Huh, team?
Yeah, right on.
All right. I hate to be a buzzkill. My family's going on a thing that I have to be dragged on for a few
Oh,
weeks.
dude, I
So
totally.
if you guys want to pause for 3, 4, 5 weeks until I get back.
Oh, yeah. We'll pause for Cody.
Sure. Yeah.
That's not happening,
pause.
Cody. We'll just play without you.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
Easy.
I get to come back though, right?
Yeah, we can work it back in. It happens.
I won't wake up at the
It happens
course
all-
of creation.
Look-
You guys are miles away, and I have to run.
Look what I did. No, but look what I did with Kat, right? Meg, when she played, you can drop in and drop out.
Oh.
It's easy for me to. Maybe you were off trying to find someone who can help with your new curse. You do realize why you got the curse right, Cody. It's because you stole from a witch.
Yeah, but okay, maybe I go to undo the curse, right? So Pockets has wandered off to a nearby town to get his pocket sewn back together to make him whole again. His own personal.
Sure, that'll fix the curse. It's not the underlying need to steal things from people. It's fine. We'll deal with that. Maybe you can go on your holiday and think about how cool it's been to get to hang out with the Dylan from school. So, also don't tell anyone that or I will become your Todd.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, what
okay.
a story arc that would be.
My lips are sealed. If you promise I can play again, because this was fun.
Yeah, as long as you stop picking fights with other people, sure, you can play again, Cody. I do appreciate some of the enthusiasm you bring to my table.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you can have your own adventure arc as, you go off with your family. You can come back
Well-
and you can...
If only it wasn't going to be so lame. My dad's got a caravan lent for a few weeks, and we don't get to go on holiday much. But I gotta say, sitting in a car with 6 other people with a smell of body sweat and boredom for weeks at a time doesn't rivet me.
Sure.
But the memories of my adventure will keep me sane.
Surely you've got books and stuff.
Deodorant.
No, they don't really I can lend them out from the library, but I can't take them for too far or too long. And
So I got Todd goes into his backpack and pulls out a couple of these old they're essentially Conan the Barbarian sort of battered up comic books. He's like, I've got these. I was gonna chuck them. I'm done.
Is that a first edition Conan?
I guess.
Where did you get that?
From the store. It's
You-
not the-
I mean, what comic book store?
the one that you're in most weekends.
With the lady.
I don't. Not in. No, that's the bookstore.
Oh, I thought it was the same store,
I don't. I didn't think you saw me at the comic book store.
I don't know. You're always in the back, and I don't. No point.
You walk in, you dork.
Well, there's no point bothering you in the thing. That's I do enough at school. I figure you've got your own time.
Did enough at school, right?
Cody, just take the book.
All right, cool. I'll take it.
Hey,
There's 7 here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you sure? I'll
Yeah.
I'll bring him back in
Yeah.
mint condition.
They're not. But yeah, okay.
Dylan's
man.
packing up his books as you have this moment, and he says, "Look, sorry to end the session today early, but I've got to go see my own fortune teller and herbalist. So look, next week is end of term. I don't want to mess with your study, Callum. You got to study, kid.
I always do, bro.
I know you're the best of us, and." Good luck. And as a reward, tell you what, if you all pass, I'll run some sessions over the holidays.
Oh, yes.
I'm down. I think I got a part-time job or something, interview happening. Anyway.
Oh.
Where? You've got a job?
Funny you should say that. You know that store with comic books?
You work at the comic book shop?
I might soon work at the comic book shop.
That'd be a sick job.
That is so
Yeah.
cool.
I guess maybe, but it's kind of social suicide at the same time. I gotta find a way to spin it.
Get a discount?
Yeah, of course I get a discount.
Oh, my God.
Can you hook a brother up?
No, absolutely
I'm
not.
not sure you're allowed to say that word.
Why? Well, a friend of a brother up.
Oh, I get it. Right. No. Okay. Bye. Herbalist. I'm out. And then he packs all his stuff and just walks out of the basement, leaving all the kids in the basement.
He's doing really well. This is really good.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really been really fun.
Cody's packing his bag a bit slowly and got a big stupid grin on his face and goes to head off.
You know what else has been really fun? Episode 4 of A Call to Quest. Bang. Awesome. Well done.
You know what else has been really fun? Our patrons.
Oh, there they are.
I'm really hoping
in
they're in post-production.
Oh, there they go. They're going across the screen now. You said patrons right when I was scratching the inside of my ear hole and it was really gross. You're just like, there they are. I'm like, oh, there they are. Thank you for living in my ear
question
canal.
is how closely Liam watches this to know if he's going to edit them coming out of your ear.
I don't think he has time to do that, but if you do,
Well,
everyone would be really impressed if it came, even if it was just a little
if
like.
it's not strolling out of your ear
And then trailing through
that's
the rest of us.
Totally fine, makes sense. But if it is,
Yeah.
we have the best editor in the world.
Yes.
I mean, we do anyway.
Do you think it's
but
like a Star Wars crawl coming
That's
from
what
the
I
ear?
was-
That's what you're picturing?
from the
Book,
It'd be so anticlimactic if it's just right there. Hey, thank you for joining us, Dragon.
Thank you.
It's
Yeah, it's
so fun
been
to have
really
you.
awesome.
This
Thank
has
you.
been really, really fun. And
It's nice to be on. It's nice to be on this side of the GM screen.
Yeah. The forever GM is now a player.
Yeah,
It's been so
that
cool to
feel
have you here.
feels like freedom.
It is fun to play a character. I had a lot of fun when we did Ironspire. It was awesome.
Thank you all so much for watching.
Yes.
I'll see you in ages.
See you in the next episode.
And everyone else will see you next episode.
And we'll see our
Bye.
patrons in the after party. Hey.